excited to have on the couch with me Lily L. Ratliff. She is an author and a speaker, amongst other things, and we've been getting to know each other backstage a little bit, and even through emails and stuff before she came on the show. And so I'm just delighted to get to introduce her to you, and you to her as well. So welcome so much, Lily. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you,
so
Shelley.
glad that you're here.
I am so awesome. It's just an awesome time right now. I'm really excited about it.
Yeah. Well, you know, I know you've written this book, The Life of a Lily, which is a beautiful, the cover and just everything is just amazing. And your story of what God is doing in your life, what He's done in your life. I was saying backstage with some of the other ladies that I'm teaching a series right now called Broken and Beautiful. And how so many times people in the church get the message, if I've been damaged or if I've been hurt or if I've done something, maybe God could still use me, but what could He really do with me? You know, that kind of a thing. And it's not broken but beautiful, it's broken and beautiful. And I think that goes along exactly with your testimony.
Exactly.
So would you share some of that with us?
Sure. This book, first of all, was written in 2001 after a very failed marriage. That I was really just down and out, was going through a lot of different things in my life. Death, one thing after the other, of family members that were so dear to me, including my grandmother. I was adopted by my grandmother, and she was truly a woman of class and dignity and taught me just about everything I know. And at the same time that she was going through a very tumultuous time with cancer, I was going through a terrible divorce. That divorce kind of escalated into so many other spiraling effects in my life. Trying to get pregnant at that time, and blocked fallopian tubes, and going back and forth to the doctor, and for some odd reason at that time I could not get pregnant. But God, we realized the real reason. And so I'm just excited to let everybody know today, even though I had a lot of damaged goods, God turned those things into something just miraculous. It is a very, very quick read, but it's one that is very, very powerful. And I can't wait to talk a whole lot more about this.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I know just from, us talking a little bit just through emails and things like that, and hearing from Chris Gloss, our friend, who introduced us, and I'm so glad that he did that. But I also read that your story the pain of your life did not start in 2001. And so share with us some things, because it was fascinating to me. I think sometimes we tend to, especially when things are going as rough as they are in our economy, in our government, things like that, it's trickling down and it's impacting families, individuals.
Oh, yes.
And so sometimes when that happens, sometimes we kind of get into our own bubble of what's going on in our lives, and it really is a difficult time for our nation. But I think what you can share will really offer hope to our viewing audience, and even to those that are in the studio here with us as well. So share with us, as far back as you want to go. Okay.
Well, to be honest with you, with me being adopted, I was adopted at the age of 2 months old. My mother, my biological mother at that time, was going through a very bad case of domestic violence with my father being of Jamaican descent. And he came from Jamaica, sowing his royal oats, and, met my mother. They had a very, very brief courtship and married. At that time, everything was fine, but she started to see a dark side of him. They were not married or even dating very long. And he just had a very abusive past. Every person he ever went with, he was abusive with. And she got pregnant with me at 21. And while she was pregnant, he was beating her. Immediately, finally, when I was born, she looked at me and she saw him. Everything from that point on was downhill in regards to just, handing baby food over to other people's babies and trying to make it look as if she was actually feeding me. I was very malnourished, and I ended up with a case of tuberculosis.